Hello, and welcome to the Le Jardin Parent Orientation. We'll begin by watching a short video about what Le Jardin is all about.
Le Jardin was started in 1986, providing educational programs to the children and families in Homestead and Florida City. Hello, my name is Eddie Berrones, and I'm the proud Executive Director of Le Jardin Community Center.
In Le Jardin, your children receive the best education in a healthy, recreational, and welcoming environment. We have state-of-the-art facilities to provide adequate development for your children.
Back in the early 90s, I myself was a Le Jardin Head Start parent, and Le Jardin gave me the opportunity to get a head start with my two boys.
Today, Le Jardin is serving over 800 children, providing high-quality educational programs and services to their families.
I love working with this community, and I love working with my staff, empower them to continue learning more so they can serve our children, our families.
We aim to provide high-quality education, recreational and cultural activities, and comprehensive services in a safe, caring, and nurturing environment.
I believe in Head Start and early Head Start. For everybody that's out there, I just want to say that I am proud to be a Le Jardin member.
On behalf of Le Jardin, I would like to thank all the parents who have entrusted us in providing educational services to their children, the board of directors for providing leadership and taking this organization in the direction that it has gone. And lastly, I want to thank all our funders that provide resources to make our mission possible.
Our Early Head Start program provides quality education for children ages birth through 3. We follow the creative curriculum. Le Jardin implements the creative curriculum for infants, toddlers, and twos. The creative curriculum is a comprehensive research-based curriculum that helps teachers understand developmentally appropriate practices and how to offer nurturing daily routines and meaningful experiences that meet children's strengths, interests, and needs. If the interactions children have are nurturing, consistent, and loving, and the experiences they have are appropriately challenging, then infants, toddlers, and twos grow and flourish. In such an environment, children learn to trust and joyfully explore their surroundings, making discoveries and developing a sense of themselves as competent learners and caring human beings. The learning environment. Children learn through active learning, concentrating on interests and individual needs. Teachers implement developmentally appropriate practices along with meaningful learning experiences throughout the day. The environment is designed for infant and toddlers to feel safe, secure, and inviting. The curriculum material provides teachers with strategies and experiences to form positive child, adult, and child-to-child relationships. It provides both intentional and non-intentional teacher opportunities and individualizes experiences in order to scaffold learning. Assessment DRDP. The DRDP is a formative for young children and their families to be used to inform instruction and program development. The DRDP is administered in natural settings through teacher observations, family observations, and examples of children's work. Ongoing documentation of children's knowledge and skills in everyday environments is a recommended practice for early childhood assessment. The DRDP is designed for use with all children from early infancy up to kindergarten entry, including children with individualized family service plans, IFSPs, and individualized education programs, IEPs. The DRDP is aligned with the Head Start Child Development and Early Learning Framework. Home visits. Home visits are conducted twice a year to discuss child's progress and any other important information the teacher and parent would like to discuss. Parent-teacher conferences provide information pertaining to the child areas of strengths and areas of improvement. The RDP parent letter, rating information, sharing assessments or screening results, transitions to Head Start or kindergarten, excessive absences, tardiness, and other important information. A parent can request a parent-teacher conference with their child's teacher when needed. Family engagement and volunteers. Family engagement is really important to Le Jardin. Ongoing research shows that family engagement in schools improves students' achievements, reduces absenteeism, and restores parents' confidence in their child's education. Children with involved parents or other caregivers are confident and have better social skills and show improved behavior. Parents and families can volunteer in several ways, such as assisting the teacher or child with the daily routine, special activities, preparing for events, reading a book, assisting in gardening, cleaning and disinfecting toys and materials, or donating cultural items from their home. Hello Families Flyer, Creative Curriculum, Learning Games, and Daily Lesson Plan. At the beginning of each month, the teaching staff will post and send the Hello Families and Learning Games so that the parents can see what their children will be learning each month and be able to extend the activity to their homes, such as hands-on activities, science, art, safety, nutrition activities, etc. The lesson plan is also accessible to all parents, including a section for weekly parent input. Le Jardin hosts 3 different types of events during the year. One of them is the Art and Jazz Night Under the Stars. Children will be participating in art projects using various artists' techniques and styles, and the parents are encouraged to work with their children and teachers during this process. Their artwork will be displayed at Le Jardin's annual Art and Jazz Night. Books come to life. Le Jardin emphasizes on the importance of literacy through several initiatives. Every year, children participate in the Books Come to Life event, where each classroom chooses a book and children and staff create costumes and props related to the story. Parents can volunteer to help organize the event and make costumes or props. Last but not least, we have the Father and Daughter Dance. Le Jardin involves fathers and other male figures who play an important role in the lives of our children through activities, events, and the Prenatal Academy and our Parent Academy. Our annual Father-Daughter Dance is one of those activities that Le Jardin plans to take place on this new school year. Social media. Le Jardin currently has a Facebook page, a YouTube channel, Twitter account, and a website, www.lejardincccinc.org, with a Parents app. The website and Facebook page provide parents and their children with resources, events in the centers and in the community, job opportunities, ways to be a part of the parent and policy committees, and education resources. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact the designated curriculum specialist for your child's center. Thank you. Health, nutrition, health, and safety. Structure of the health component. DCF emergency drill. Fire drills will be practiced once a month. and in case a parent is in the center, they have to provide help. If it were a real fire situation, the parents would be contacted and reunited with their children. Health documentation. Parents need to be on top of this. They need to provide us with the well baby checkups at 4, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 24, 30, and 36 months checkups, dental exams, lab works, and that includes hearing screenings and vision screenings as well, which we do offer in our centers. As for medical administration, the healthcare provider must instruct us on how to administer prescribed and not prescribed medication, what to do for a chronic condition, severe allergies, or in case of emergency. In case of any health alerts, the parents are informed of any health issues identified by the staff via letter. Nutrition. Nutrition concerns include allergies and menu modifications. If your child has an allergy, a special menu will be created, but always should be backed up by a medical note. The special menus will be created for 2 reasons, either medical or religious reasons. All documents need to be updated every year. As for the measures put in place in order to avoid the spread of the COVID-19 virus, we have the following. We have a designated pickup and drop personnel. We have a daily checklist. All people have to use masks, including children ages 2 and up. Physical and immunization records must be updated for every child. We are maintaining social distance. We are checking temperatures every day. We have an action plan in order to respond to any people with a positive result to COVID-19. We're not allowing people to enter the classrooms except the children and the teachers who belong in that classroom. Family services. We'd like to give you a warm welcome. We are very excited that you are a part of the Lejardin family. You, the parents, are very important as a part of our program. Not only are you your child's first teacher, but you're also our main way to recruit. Word of mouth is very important. We provide quality service so you can feel proud of the education your child has and share your experience with other families in the community that might benefit from our program. Our job as family services focuses on providing your family with all the necessary help to have a head start and help you set and achieve goals that will benefit you and your family. Our component is formed by the ERSI and Family Engagement Team. The ERSI team is formed by Chastity Angeles, who is in charge of Center 5, Iluba Calas, who is in charge of Center 4, Araceli Manriquez, who is in charge of Center 7, and Ana Maturel, who is in charge of Centers 6 and 2. Attendance. The ERSI team is in charge of keeping track of the attendance for each child. Regular attendance has a direct impact on school readiness and future school success. It affects children's learning and also the habits it instills. Because of this, we continuously monitor child absences. We help families identify strategies to help them overcome any hurdles that might interfere with regular attendance. Unexcused absences. Our program implements a process to ensure children are safe when they do not arrive at school. If a child is unexpectedly absent and a parent has not contacted the program within 1 hour of program start time by 8:30 a.m., the ERSI worker will attempt to contact the parent to ensure the child's well-being. If the parent is not reached, the ERSI workers will contact the emergency contacts provided by the parent in the child's application. If the ERSI worker is unable to reach the parents and the emergency contacts, they must conduct a home visit. Consecutive absences. ERSI workers must conduct a home visit if a child has multiple unexplained absences, 3 absences, and create an action plan to ensure that child attendance gets better. For absences related to doctor's appointments, please provide the appropriate paperwork to your designated ERSI worker. Just a quick reminder, we want to remind you that we understand things happen and that every family goes through different situations. We are here to help, no matter the circumstance. Make sure to reach out to your ERSI worker if you have any questions, comments, or concerns regarding your child's attendance. Now we move on to the family engagement team. It's composed by Hilda Thoreau, who is in charge of Center 5, Dianelis Mollinedo, who is in charge of Center 7, and Latoya Jackson, who is in charge of Centers 6 and 2. They are in charge of assessments. The family engagement workers will conduct 2 assessments every year, one at the beginning of the school year and one at the end. The assessments take about 45 minutes and are used to determine a family's strengths and needs. Family goals. The family service workers will create a family-oriented goal and will aid the parent in taking the necessary steps to achieve them. They will establish and implement a family partnership agreement process that is jointly developed and shared with the parent, in which staff and families review individual progress, revise goals, evaluate and track whether goals are met, and adjust strategies on an ongoing basis as necessary. Needs. You can always reach out to your assigned family engagement worker to let her know about any need your family might have, including but not limited to food, shelter, etc. They will help you and refer you to the appropriate staff and resources based on the urgency and intensity of the identified family needs. Home visits. The family engagement worker is assigned to your family and will conduct 2 home visits during the school year, one in November and one in July. These home visits are to go over the assessments and follow up on the family needs and goals. Transitions. The family worker will implement strategies and practices for transitions to ensure the most appropriate placement and service after participation in Early Head Start. The family worker shall implement transition planning for each child and family at least 6 months before the child's 3rd birthday. The family worker will collaborate with parents of Early Head Start children to implement strategies and activities that support successful Early Head Start transition and, at a minimum, provide information on the child's progress during the program year and provide strategies for parents to continue to be committed to be an advocate for their child's education and development. Family workers will meet with the parent and the components of education, health, mental health, and disabilities at 6 months before the child turns 3 years old. The teacher will share the child's strengths and their needs. They will also explain to the parent what the transition consists of. The Early Head Start and Head Start collaboration. The Early Head Start and Head Start programs shall work together to maximize the transitions of enrolled children from Early Head Start to a Head Start program, consistent with the eligibility provisions of Subpart A, and promote successful transitions through collaboration and communication. At 6 months, the family worker meets with parents regarding the child's transition to Head Start. The family worker informs the parents of the steps that must be followed so that their child is fully prepared for the transition to the Head Start program. During the 3 months transition meeting, the family worker shows the parents the child's strengths and goals in his class. These were provided by the teacher and based on her observations. The family worker continues to inform parents that they were interested in taking their child to a Head Start classroom so that the child can begin to adjust to a larger classroom with more children. 1 month, the family worker meets with the parents for the child's 1-month transition. Parents are informed of the documents they need to submit for the child's Head Start application. Parent rules. Just a few things to keep in mind. It is important for the parent to be a model for everyone and not use language that is inappropriate or offensive or excessively loud in school. Dress appropriately whenever you are in school grounds. Do not use your cell phone in the classroom, as this can be distracting to the children. Follow all traffic rules, which include parking properly. Do not leave any child alone in the car at any time. Follow the school hours policy. School will be in session from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Ensure that your child has updated health documents. If the documents are expired, the child will not be able to enter the school. Parents must participate in educational Zoom meetings, which will be monthly. The parent or any person authorized by the child's parents must present an identification at the time of the child pickup. The parent is responsible for maintaining the list of emergency contacts updated and understanding that only the adults on the emergency contact list are allowed to pick up the child. Mental health and disability. Definition of a disability. A child with special needs is one who requires some form of special care due to physical, mental, emotional, or health reasons. A child is unique and has unique needs, so no single approach to caring for children with special needs can be applied to all children, even those with the same disability or special need. The practice of inclusion means including children of all abilities in the same classroom or childcare program. Types of disabilities. Learning disabilities. They include difficulties acquiring knowledge or skills to the level expected of those kids in the same age. Problems can interfere with learning basic skills such as reading, writing, and/or math. This may mean difficulty communicating, learning, and retaining information. They can be emotional or behavioral disabilities. They affect the person's thinking, emotional state, and behaviors. Physical disabilities may affect either temporarily or permanently a person's physical capacity and/or mobility. Sensory disabilities affect one or more senses: sight, hearing, smell, touch, or taste. During the enrollment process, parent completes an enrollment application and interviews process with assigned family worker. Possible concerns or services the child may already have should be disclosed by the parent at this time. If there are parent concerns or prior services, the family worker completes a referral to disability and mental health component to follow up. Developmental screenings. Within the first 45 calendar days of enrollment, children receive developmental screenings in the classroom setting, administered by the teaching staff. Screening concerns. If a child's scores are borderline, show an area of concern, or teacher or parent notes a concern regarding a child development at any point during the program year, teaching staff completes the referral process to disability and mental health component for follow-up. Referral process. Teacher conducts parent-teacher conferences with parent to advise parent of concerns and/or screening results. Teacher completes referral for follow-ups and forwards to curriculum specialists. The referral and conference copy are reviewed by curriculum specialists. When the review is completed by curriculum specialists, the referral screenings are uploaded to ChildPlus, and the disability mental health staff are emailed and a notification indicating there is a referral to be reviewed. Follow-ups. Referrals are reviewed by disability mental health staff. Follow-up section of referral form is completed, noting action information needed or recommended. If further information or clarification is needed, follow-up with teacher parent is conducted or additional information is requested. Mental health and disability staff will meet with teacher parent in order to develop a follow-up intervention plan. If a follow-up intervention plan is created, the goals are carried out by teaching staff in the classroom. Monitoring plan implementation is conducted. If additional concerns are noted, goals achieved or resolved, an additional meeting is requested with parent by appropriate staff to update plan as needed. Follow-up of the child's progress is conducted every 4 to 6 weeks. All parents of children with developmental concerns will be offered a referral to Early Steps or Fiddlers. If the parent consents to the referral, the mental health disability staff will assist the parents through the evaluation process. If the child meets eligibility, an individualized family support plan (IFSP) or individualized education plan (IEP) will be developed. While pending further evaluation, the individualized follow-up intervention plan is implemented, and the child is referred to a local agency to receive additional support services. Example, physical therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy, mental health counseling. Therapist requirements. In order to ensure compliance with the Jardine Community Center COVID-19 health and safety precautions, therapists have been asked to comply with a series of requirements to safeguard the staff and children enrolled in our programs. Once a therapist has been cleared and all requirements have been met, each center education coordinator, curriculum specialist, and family services worker coordinator will be notified by a mental health disability team member in order to ensure that staff is aware that the therapist is allowed at the center to provide the services. Adverse childhood experiences. Adverse childhood experiences, or ACEs, are potentially traumatic events that occur in childhood, 0 to 17 years of age, such as experiencing violence, abuse, or neglect, witnessing violence in home, and having a family member attempt or die by suicide. Also included are aspects of the child's environment that can undermine their sense of safety, stability, and bonding, such as growing up in a household with substance misuse, mental health problems, or instability due to parental separation or incarceration of a parent, sibling, or other member of the household. Traumatic events in childhood can be emotionally painful or distressing and can have effects that persist for years. Factors such as the nature, frequency, and seriousness of the traumatic event, prior history of trauma, and available family and community supports can shape a child's response to trauma. Trauma. SAMHSA describes individual trauma as resulting from an event, series of events, or set of circumstances that is experienced by an individual as physically or emotionally harmful or life-threatening, and that has lasting adverse effects on the individual's functional and mental, physical, social, emotional, or spiritual well-being. Trauma has no boundaries with regard to age, gender, socioeconomic status, race, ethnicity, or sexual orientation. Trauma is a common experience for adults and for children in American communities, and it is especially common in the lives of people with mental and substance use disorders. For this reason, the need to address trauma is increasingly seen as an important part of effective behavioral health care and an integral part of the healing and recovery process. Do you have any questions?